and you may not get the thanks that you would like to get, and you kind of might be bending your elbow, patting yourself on the back, and we understand that, but we appreciate it very much. Thank you for what you do for our school. Next, the seniors, while they're lining up, have placed a green bead for the guys and a white bead for the girls in a small glass container, and that will go into a large cross that's in the atrium of our school, and it contains the 10,400 students that have graduated from Lake Catholic, and you can see by the color, the whites and the greens, as to the mix that we've had. So their 124 beads will be going in there on Monday. Because we are spread out, we are going to stretch their walk back to their seats after they get their diplomas. They're going to be exiting down this walkway and going over and getting their picture, and then they're going through the gate and they're going up through an aisle. So you'll be able to see, get a little better shot of the graduates as they walk by. We're asking that you please do not bother them or interrupt their travels. I know almost all of you have some form of a camera of some sort, but we need to keep the line moving, and afterwards obviously you're welcome to take all the pictures that you want. Some interesting statistics. In this class there are 38 students out of 124 that have at least one parent who is a graduate of Lake Catholic. So that Catholic, would you please stand and join them? Any graduates of Lake? Thank you. We are not, no one is allowed on the field, okay? So please do not ask or come through one of the gates to have the pictures taken. You'll notice that we have walkways on the grass to keep it from getting worn out. I'd like to kind of warn you, after the diplomas are awarded, they will be singing the alma mater. They're going to be sitting all in section 118. And then there's going to be a slight pause while one of the graduates speaks to the class, and then he's going to give them a 1, 2, 3, and they're going to be throwing their hats in the air. I just want to warn you ahead of time that if you want to get that shot, it's going to be right after they sing the alma mater. Probably the toughest part of this job is asking for your silence during the awarding of the diplomas. I know that all of you are here because you want to pay homage to someone, family member or friend, but we find it very disruptive if people are screaming out, yelling, applauding while the names are being read. It's very distractful as well to the next person whose name may not be heard because someone is screaming something out. And you know, I totally understand. I'm a father myself, but this isn't a rally. This is a very formal occasion for us. So we'd like for you to please honor the graduates with your quietness. And that is all. Mr. Posey.
and the singing of our national anthem. And now, please welcome my friend and former choir mate from St. Mary of the Assumption, Deacon Bill Bryce, for our invocation.
You don't get that in the auditorium, do you? Well, let us begin. As we begin all good things, in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Father in heaven, our parents cooperated with your plan in creating us. We are your beloved children. Your Son became one of us, our brother, to show us the way, the truth, and the life in service to you and each other. As we complete this part of our life and commence the next chapter, please send your Holy Spirit to us to guide us toward your plan for our lives, a plan that enriches us by serving the common good. As we celebrate the past and plan for the future, let us always glorify you by our words and actions in the present. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. And on the inside of your program is the prayer of St. Thomas Aquinas, one of the patrons of higher education. If we could say that together. Grant me, O Lord, my God, a mind to know you, a heart to seek you, wisdom to find you, conduct pleasing to you, faithful perseverance in waiting for you, and a hope of finally embracing you. Amen.
Well, welcome, Lake Catholic community. It feels wonderful to be here. I was a little taken aback by the fireworks. I didn't know that was going to happen, and it really just punctuates what a wonderful moment this is. What a year it's been. This whole experience has made me think back to a couple years ago. I was in the college guidance office, and I was talking with one of our now retired guidance counselors, Ann Bush, and we were talking about plans we had for the weekend and what we were going to do. And I said to Ann, I cannot wait. I have so much fun stuff planned with my family. I wish I could just fast forward through this day. And Ann always had a smile on her face and a really good sense of humor, but she got stone cold serious for a second, and she goes, seriously, don't wish the days away. And I was kind of taken aback by it because it was such a serious moment from someone who was rarely that serious. But it's something that has constantly come back to me time and time again this year. Because quite honestly, people were asking me last summer, they're like, how's it going? Are you surviving? That was a crazy first year. And I said, you know what, just tell me when it's next June. Like, we're gonna make it through this, but tell me when it's next June. And as the school year started, I quickly started to remember what Ann Bush had said to me about not wishing the days away. And I really started taking for granted the fact that we were together and that we were on this journey together, a mission together to make, this school year happen. And it just really makes you think now as you look back, it's amazing that we're here. It's amazing this weather, that we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, that we're coming out of this pandemic. That's all wonderful. But when you look back over the course of this year, I feel like it's a best case scenario. I really don't know that you could beat things like having the musical, playing in the state championship football game, or just being in school together most of the time. And that was the thing that I think many of us noticed the most, with virtual learning and working from home. Not only how difficult it was for so many of us to manage our family and work life kind of in one room from your living room, but also how much we miss these students, we miss being with the kids, we miss the energy of the building and each other. And one thing that this has definitely demonstrated is that with faith in God, faith in community, faith in each other, and one common mission, anything can be accomplished. So I want to thank you for being here today. I want to thank you for your support through this journey that has been the 2020-2021 school year. And I really want to congratulate our graduates as they have persevered and learned life lessons that I think will pay off tenfold for them as they move forward into college and career. At this point, I would like to invite the Lake Catholic Concert Choir down to in front of the dugout here for a musical performance. invite Luke Rako, Olivia Skalicki, and Nora Vargo to the podium for our commencement reflections.
Everything happens for a reason. My sister was the one that taught me this lesson. It wasn't until high school that I learned the power behind this saying. There's a 1 in 4 trillion chance of you even existing. That means that we were all put on this earth for a reason. For many of us seniors, one of those reasons was so that we can make our mark on each other and on Lake Catholic. My parents always had a plan for me to go to Kirtland for grade school and Lake Catholic for high school, just like my dad did. I wasn't always crazy about the idea because that meant I had to leave all of my grade school friends behind. However, I would soon find out that this would be the best decision that I have ever made. For those of you that do not know me, my name is Olivia Skalicki. The Skalickis are pretty well known at Lake. My dad graduated in '93, and in the past 7 years, there have been 8 Skalickis or Shones to go through the school. I'm that kid in high school that has tried pretty much everything. Throughout the past 4 years, I've been involved in basketball, track, the musical, Kairos, marching band, jazz band, NHS, peer ministry, and meal ministry. I think many students here can relate to me when I say that I spend way more time at Lake Catholic than I do at my own house, which truly makes Lake Catholic my second home. It's hard to put into words what Lake Catholic means to me because words simply don't do this school justice. I'm going to share some of my most memorable moments here to try to help you understand why this school means so much to me. I think one of the biggest aspects that sets Lake apart from other schools is the teachers. The teachers at Lake truly care for their students. I can't even tell you how many times I've been down because I had a rough day at school and a teacher would ask if I was all right. This year, I was having an off day during calculus, so Mr. Motz decided to email me and check in, asking if he could do anything to help. Another example is that every day of senior year, Mr. Troja has walked into the ministry room during my lunch period to talk to my friends and I and ask if there is anything he could do to help us. COVID has been hard on all of us, especially the seniors. Mr. Troja recognized this, so he made sure to ask us every single day if he could support us in any way. He didn't do this because he had to or because it was part of his job. He did this because he truly cares for his students, and he has cared about everyone at the school for the past 50 years. Lake Catholic has many more teachers like Mr. Troja that care about their students just as much as he does. One example is Mrs. Ellis, who runs a retreat called Kairos. The majority of the students here attend Kairos as a junior. I was lucky enough to be chosen to be a leader, so I got to go on Kairos once as a junior and twice as a senior. Kairos helps students learn that no one is alone in what they are going through. We all have our own stories, and many of us are more similar than we even know. I always say that Kairos is the best thing that Lake Catholic has to offer. It truly changed my life. Through Kairos, Mrs. Ellis and I grew very close. She reassured me that she cares for me as more than just her student. I've leaned on Mrs. Ellis a lot throughout my senior year, and she has shown me nothing but love and support. One of the biggest areas that Lake, as well as Kairos, have helped me to grow in is my faith. I never really knew the importance of faith until I found Lake Catholic. My favorite place in Lake Catholic is undoubtedly the chapel. There have been days where I was super stressed out with school or even with life, so I went to the chapel during a free period to pray a rosary. Being able to sit alone and connect with God during school is something that I will always be thankful for. Throughout my time in high school, I've realized that prayer is my biggest stress reliever. Before every basketball game, I would sit in the chapel and pray a rosary, asking the Lord to help me do well in my game. I've found prayer to be the one thing that can calm me down when nothing else can. I'm so thankful that Lake Catholic has helped me find God and grow a strong relationship with Him. The group of students here, the class of 21, is one very special group of people. When COVID hit, we were all at the end of our junior year, thinking that we would only be gone for 3 weeks. We had the end of our junior year cut short, and then all of a sudden, we were thrown into our senior year, except that we didn't have any of the fun activities that senior year usually has to offer. We could have easily shut down and complained about how much we were missing out on. We could have completely given up on the year, let our grades slip, and stayed online the entire year. But this group of people, we showed up. We came to school every day and overcame everything that God threw in our paths. Sure, we all have had some bad days. I know that I did. But the point is, instead of sitting back and complaining about the situation, we made the best out of our senior year. Most of my favorite memories throughout high school were made this year, even with COVID. Like I said at the beginning of my speech, everything happens for a reason. God would not give us anything that we weren't strong enough to handle. COVID was thrown at us so that our class could come back even stronger than ever and make some amazing memories together. I'm so proud of this group of seniors, and I can't wait to see what big things everyone accomplishes throughout the rest of their lives. When I think of Lake Catholic, the biggest thing I think of is family. One of the perfect examples happened this past year. In January of 2021, my uncle passed away suddenly. When Lake heard the news, the school decided to plant 3 trees in his memory. Along with this, my basketball coach decided to donate money to my uncle's organization. These are the little acts of kindness that make Lake so much more than just a school. The class of 2021 and the school as a whole, we are all connected through our love for the community and for each other. We take care of each other in times of need, which is what a true family does. So now, after remembering all of this, this is the answer to my question, what does Lake Catholic mean to me? Lake Catholic is saying hi to everyone I pass in the halls. Lake Catholic is giving someone a hug when they seem like they need one. Lake Catholic is making it to states for football and having the entire community love and support the team. Lake Catholic is signing Mr. Troja's head on senior shirt signing day. Lake Catholic is having multiple friend groups of people that care about you. Lake Catholic is sharing your story on Kairos and inspiring an entire room full of juniors. Lake Catholic is coming from Kirtland having no friends and then being crowned homecoming queen 4 years later. Lake Catholic is so much more than just a school. Lake Catholic is my family and my second home. Although as seniors are graduating and moving on to bigger things, we will always be a part of Lake Catholic. We will leave a piece of us behind through the legacy that we left on everyone at the school. We will now be a part of the cross that hangs in the atrium because each of us will add our bead to the collection of all alumni at Lake. Everything happens for a reason. If my parents never pushed me to go to Lake, I would not be standing here today speaking about how much love I have for the school. So thank you, Mom and Dad. Thank you for always being my biggest supporters. And thank you for sending me to this amazing school. I will forever be thankful for the impact that Lake Catholic has had on my life. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Nora Vargo. If I'm being totally honest, I can't believe I'm up here right now. I couldn't even do a presentation calmly in front of my freshman year French class, which had a total of 4 students. But I have always been a firm believer that change is one of the most important things in life, and the only way to change is to make yourself uncomfortable. So here I am. I've definitely changed more than I ever thought I would over the past 4 years at Lake Catholic, and I've loved seeing how all of my classmates have changed as well. We've grown so much over the past few years and have gotten through so many challenges together. I mean, sophomore year, we survived trench warfare in Mr. Pietzer's class. And a few months ago, our calculus class took on the task of trying to raise a baby snapping turtle that we found outside. That lasted about 2 days. But we all know the real challenge that we endured this past year. I can honestly say that there is not a better group of people with whom I would have wanted to go through a global pandemic with. We made the most out of our senior year in the face of the many restrictions that were placed on us. We came together despite feelings of hopelessness that our senior year was going to be ruined. And overall, we changed a lot. I learned the importance of paying more attention to the good things in life. It's easy to look back on this past year and remember all of the things that went wrong, but I think it's essential to focus on the things that went right. I believe that now we truly understand the importance of being there for one another as a community. The COVID-19 virus had a huge effect on my mental health, and I know that I'm not the only one. But I do know that I always have my classmates to be there for me, and for that I could not be more grateful. The first time I felt pure joy since the pandemic began was when I was surrounded by the Lake Catholic community at the state final football game. We were losing 21-28 in the fourth quarter, and Joe Malcheski ran half the field for a touchdown while the entire section of students and parents ran down the sideline in the bleachers with him. We were all going crazy. I high-fived some random dad, and for the first time in months, the world felt normal again. I'm beyond blessed that this class gave me that memory. We will always have these happy memories from high school that we will miss, but now it's time to look forward to our futures. I can't wait to see what we are all going to accomplish. Maybe one day we'll all be as rich as CEO JMO. As we transition from high school to college and out of this pandemic, I do know for sure that we are going to go through so many changes in the next few years. I encourage you all to embrace change and to do things that make you uncomfortable, for it's the only way to truly grow as a person. On behalf of myself and the rest of my class, I want to thank all of the staff for making prom, the baccalaureate mass, and this graduation possible. I know it was difficult with all the restrictions, but you worked so hard for us and we really, really appreciate it. I also want to thank my teachers for the past 4 years. I can honestly say that I loved all of my teachers at Lake Catholic, and I'm so grateful that I was able to learn so much from them, whether it was school-related or just about life in general. Thank you to my parents for allowing me to attend such an amazing school, and thank you to my classmates for making these past 4 years so insanely memorable. I wish you the best of luck in the future, Cougars.
Good evening, everyone. To begin this speech, I would first like to thank all the people that made my 4 years at Lake Catholic so memorable. To all the teachers that dedicated their time to helping us learn each and every day, thank you. To all the faculty and staff that kept the school running smoothly, thank you. To Mr. Fuller, Mr. Trohall, and Mr. Crowley, who worked tirelessly throughout the year to make it special, thank you. To my mom, dad, and sister Sophie, who always believed in me, thank you. And finally, to all my peers that made the last 4 years the best of my life, thank you. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Luke Grayco, and I am proud to address myself as this year's valedictorian. Ever since I began high school, this has been a dream of mine, and to finally accomplish this goal is extremely satisfying. Throughout the last 4 years, I have seen so much growth within myself and within everyone around me, giving me confidence that everyone graduating tonight will be successful in their life's pursuit. Lake Catholic truly is one big family, and I think this has allowed everyone to impact each other. Unlike other schools, here you are able to form personal relationships with virtually anyone. The culture at Lake Catholic is one of a kind, and it really allows everyone to come together as one big family. Although my time as a student has come to an end, I know that I will forever be a part of the Lake Catholic family. One of my favorite things about high school is getting to know all of my classmates. Whether we met in preschool or last year, I really enjoy getting to know all of you. I now know what each and every one of you is capable of doing, and I cannot wait to see what the future holds for all of us. We've only lived approximately 18 years of our lives and have already accomplished so much. My challenge for everyone here tonight is to work towards something you never thought you'd be capable of doing. I hope that in 20 years I am reading an article about how John Olenek is the CEO of a successful company, or how Rosa Bergefell continued pursuing her passions in music and is now getting worldwide recognition for her talents. I hope that everyone here pursues whatever they are passionate about and strives to become the best versions of themselves possible within the future. Before I end this speech, I'd also like to give a huge shout out to Nora Vargo and Olivia Skilicki, two people who drove me to be the best version of myself. Without them, I would have never been able to accomplish this feat, and I am truly grateful for all the help they have given me. They are both bright, motivated individuals, and I know that they will be extremely successful one day. As we begin this next chapter of our lives, I encourage everyone to live theirs to the fullest. Life truly does go by in the blink of an eye, and I think high school has made me and my classmates understand the gravity of this statement. Always take any opportunity that is given to you, because you never know where it might take you. I cannot wait to hear about everything people have accomplished at our class reunions. Once again, thank you to everybody who helped me reach this point, and I wish all of you the best of luck in your future endeavors. Go Cougars!
I would now like to invite our Dean of Academics, Mrs. Kelly Turner, to the podium to present our highest academic achievement awards.
To present a few very special awards to some very deserving seniors of the class of 2021. For achieving the highest grade point averages in their class, these graduates are recognized for their exceptional scholastic performance. Please come forward to receive your award when your name is called. Third in the class, receiving the Commitment to Excellence Award, Olivia Skalicki. Go. In the class of 2021's valedictorian, Luke Rako. Congratulations, Olivia, Nora, and Luke. I would now like to invite the following students up for the presentation of our candidates. We will have Student Government Executive President Gianna Carcelli and Student Government Executive Vice President Isaac Pacheco Rodriguez, who will read the names of our students.
Chelsea Monet Alston. Alyssa Gianna Anthony. Andrea Renata Babich. Jack Dominic Baca. William Tyler Basil. Matthew Anthony Beal. Diego Becerril. Jaden Jerome Bedingfield. Lindsay Jane Blackwood. Erin Faye Bokowczyk.
Robert Kenneth Bull. Bryn Ann Bowser. Braden Matthew Bowser. Ashley Angela Brady. Regina Elizabeth Brown. Jacob Blakely Carter. Benito Leonardo Casamata. Nicholas Patrick Clark. Ryan John Clendenning. Alexa Nicole Crow.
Tara Michelle Daly. Brenna Marie Derlak. Gianna Marie Di Pasquale. Anthony Joseph DeSenza. Elise Helene Dobbins. Helena Page Duke. Claire Lorraine Elshaw. Jonathan Lynn Evanick. Bailey Patrick Farrell. Nicoletta Marie Fortner.
Anthony Celeste Freight. Dylan Troy Frazier. Cameron Elizabeth Gable. Annabella Maria Gaelic. Johnny Richard Geiger. Sean Michael Gibbons. Ryan Francis Globacar. John Thaddeus Goddard. Abraham Gomez Campos. Gianna Nicole Grandini.
Jake Green. Luke James Hadley. Ella K. Hadley. Cole Stewart Hivner. Madison Rose Hopkins. Anna Elizabeth Horan. Alexandra Marie Hudick. Nizeth Celeste Jimenez. Neil Patrick Jones. Ryan Henry Joy.
Thomas Edward Kamenowski, Jr. Danielle Elizabeth Kelly. Dominic Sheila Kingu. Megan Carey Camosa. Kaylin McKenna Cray. Morgan Elizabeth Christo. Rachel Marie Lamalfa. Cameron David Langer. Samuel George Lasnick. Olivia Fitzgerald Lonchar.
Addie Nicole Mager. Joseph Paul Malcheski. Peter Gerardo Mara. Julia Rose Marusik. Joseph Patrick Mateo. Abigail Jones McCurdy. Annalise Rose McCurry. Haley Margaret Middleton. Lydia Marie Mihelich. Sarah Rose Renee Miller.
Catherine Harper Minton. Alexander Robert Moore. Catherine Elizabeth Mullen. Claire K. Milikowski. Jason Nicholas Nara. Amanda Rose Newberry. Jonathan Ty Wynn. Sebastian Alexander Nunes. Maria Elizabeth Nunes. Rose Edna Obergefell. Maria Catherine O'Keefe.
John Michael Olenek. Tatum Catherine Osborne. Jacob Christopher Owens. Grace Elizabeth Paskey. Megan Elizabeth Petro. Liam Paul Powers. Carlos Deontay Prude Jr. Luke Michael Rako.
Jalen Isaiah Rankin. Jenna Lenore Rhodes. Kennedy Marie Fripple. Eddie Manuel Rivera Jr. Carly Marie Salatino. Daniel Lewis Sanford. Matthew Ryan Saplak. Dominic Francesco Sassano. Zachary Richard Sheetal. Joseph Lee Shower.
Chloe Adrina Scheel. Emily Victoria Shanoff. Olivia Catherine Skalicki. Erin Catherine Snyder. Aiden James Sweeney. Michaela Colleen Zaleh. Simon Anthony Tarasca. Kaylin Zanaya Taylor. Anthony John Trevisano. Abigail Christine Uvegas.
Luke Christopher Banjo. Say it again. Luke Christopher Banjo. Desmond Marco Berenice. Nora Elizabeth Vargo. Charles F. Vincent. Tan Dat Vu. Caitlin Mackenzie Wagnick. Robert Aiden Walsh. Armand Jamal Washington. Stella Rose Welly. Shannon Kelly Woodruff.
Thomas Andrew Young. Jason Darby Zupancic. Jocelyn Cara Zupancic. Nicola John Zurak.
Yeah, 1 second. At this time, if I could ask the class of 2021 to please stand. And by the power vested in me in the state of Ohio, I would now like to confer the diplomas of the Lake Catholic class of 2021. So graduates, please take your tassel and move it from the right to the left side of your cap. Please join me in a round of applause for the Lake Catholic class of 2021. As Mr. Troha let us know before, we are going to have the alma mater, and then at that point there will be an opportunity, if the students would like, for them to celebrate by throwing their caps in the air. But I would please ask that everybody remain kind of seated or in your general area, because we do have one final special presentation for you on the scoreboard and beyond. And at this point, Mr. Posey, if you could please lead us in the alma mater. Just give us 1 moment to get everything queued up. I think you're going to enjoy it.